Hello everybody! I hope you are all having an amazing week. I'm wearing my Christmas jammies today, and do you know why? Because today is Christmas Eve, and it's time for another Q&A. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been 3 weeks since our last Q&A. We didn't have one last week because of the gift guides and all the holiday content that's been coming out. You guys, we're freaking bringing it again! I can't even believe this because like every week that we do this, it keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. There are literally thousands of Snapchats, thousands of questions overall. Like, it is so amazing and overwhelming at the same time. So if you are new to the Q&A format here on Ask Kimberly, what happens is every other week on Instagram and social media, I put out a post and you guys ask questions, all kinds of relationship questions. And then every other week here on YouTube, I answer those questions. I choose kind of like the top 10 or 12 questions and I answer those in a video. So this is our 5th one ever that we're doing right now, and I'm so glad you guys are here. If you are new to the channel, obviously give a big subscribe to this channel because I just have to welcome you to my family. I love you all, and make sure you are following me over on social media so that you don't miss the next one, because guys, they're so much fun. This is the best little family to be a part of. I love you all so much, and I have the best subscribers in the whole world, so I can't thank you guys enough. So getting right into the video, we had a lot of great questions this week, and let's start with question 1. Alright you guys, so question number 1 is from Lovebug Erin, and she was so great. She was asking me on all different forums, and so it made it really easy for me to find her. But this one's on Snapchat. She says, I have been dating a guy for about 4 months, and I want to get him a Christmas present, but I don't know what to get him. And you guys still have 2 days left before Christmas, so this should be relevant. He also keeps asking me what I want, and I don't know what to say. Help please! We have been friends for over 6 years, so I don't know what is appropriate. Thank you. Okay, Erin. So if you haven't already seen my gift guide that came out last week, you can go and check that out for a lot of practical gift ideas, but I actually think that it is such a good idea, especially if you've been dating someone less than 6 months, to go for an experience over like a material thing. Like getting someone like a necklace or a bracelet or like a video game console or something. Like, that's great, but the best way to actually make gift giving less awkward is to surprise them with like tickets to something or an amazing experience that you guys can have together. It's almost kind of genius too, because it's kind of like you're sneaking a date into there as well, so like you get a chance to spend more time with them. So really great ideas in this category include something like tickets to an amazing concert. You could go to like an opera, a musical, or the ballet, because that's kind of like festive and holiday-ish, but I feel like concerts work really well because it's like maybe a musician that you guys both really love. You can rent skates and go skating down at City Hall and like enjoy a hot cocoa after. One experience that I totally love and that I've done for Nathan before is I actually bought him tickets to go on like one of those really tacky city tours that were like on the double-story buses. Even if it's in your own city, it can be so much fun, and it's an amazing way to kind of get out and do something that's like different than what you normally do. Also, experiences make it look like you put a ton of thought into the gift, so I would highly recommend going that route if you have not bought him a gift already, Erin. Erin, I hope that answers your question, and good luck in that situation. Question number 2 is from Shay Archer. I think that's how you say it. She says, I Kimberly Moffat, how do you deal with sexual pressure in relationships? Hashtag Ask Kimberly. And there was also another similar question that I'm going to put in as well. It's from Olivia Sepp. Hey Kimberly, how can you tell if a guy only wants sex? Love your videos, by the way. You're a lifesaver. Okay guys, so sexual pressure in relationships. There should not be sexual pressure in relationships, and if you are feeling this kind of pressure to do something that you're not ready to do, honestly guys, it's probably not the right relationship for you. That's the only way I can say it. Just that sometimes guys enter into relationships because they really like you and they want to kind of get to know you better, and they're curious about you and they just like really love you or they really like you. And other guys enter into relationships, or girls enter into relationships because they're curious about sexual experiences in general and they just want to get some of those experiences. The truth is, you probably don't want to be one of those people that's just like the person that they get to experience those sexual experiences with. Like, unless that's what you really want to do too. But the truth is, if you really like someone, you probably want it to be like a safe, trusting environment where you know you can like take your time and do everything in the timing that feels right for you. And how do you tell if a guy only wants sex? Well, you're gonna know because they're probably gonna always be trying to initiate physical things, and if that feels uncomfortable for you, there is absolutely no need for you to stay in that situation or in that relationship. But you can try voicing your opinion. You can say, you know, I'm not really ready to do that, or I'm not comfortable doing that yet. If they are a good person, if they really like you for you, they are going to listen to you. So take the pressure off yourself, get rid of it completely, and just go with your gut and with what feels right for you. Hope that answers your question. Okay, question 3 is from Liddy Joy Pitty. Hi. So I was wondering what guys think of loud girls, because I'm actually a loud person. I'm not doing it for attention. Does it intimidate them? Does it annoy them? Do they think it's funny or what? Let me know. A little winky face and a kiss. So cute, Liddy. Okay, honestly, how do I answer this? It doesn't really matter what guys think of loud girls or quiet girls or shy girls or tall girls or short girls. It's not really about, I don't know how to explain this properly, but the last thing you should worry about is your own personality traits and whether those are likable to someone else. If you're loud, that is a core part of your personality. You enjoy communicating with others. You like to talk. You like to share your experiences. Maybe you like to be the center of attention. You should never worry about whether that's a desirable trait for guys or not. Because the truth is, some guys are gonna like it and maybe some guys aren't gonna like it. I have learned over time that there's literally someone out there for everyone. So if you naturally have a loud, bubbly, awesome personality and it's really big, there's gonna be someone, probably many people out there that really, really love those qualities and are gonna like you exactly the way you are. Obviously, we wanna put our best foot forward in relationships, like that's a no-brainer, but you don't wanna change your core aspects of your personality just because you think it might be more likable for someone that you're pursuing romantically. Okay? And who else here is a loud girl? Because I feel like loud, outgoing, bubbly girls, guys, like let's unite. Seriously. It's fun to be loud. It's fun to share your opinion. It's fun to speak in public. It's fun to have an opinion on things. Guys, never be quiet just because you think other people are gonna like it. That is the wrong reason to be quiet. Seriously. Question 4. Okay, guys, Snapchat is freaking insane with all the questions. Like I have to like keep lists of people and the questions because like when I take a screenshot, it doesn't say the name and it just takes me hours to get these Q&As ready. There's gotta be a better way. Help me, if you guys know what a better way is to like save names on screenshots and everything, tell me. I need like an assistant for these Q&As, but I think it's kind of nice that I do them all on my own as well. It's kind of fun. So question number 4 is from Ella Gator. Ella Gator. Hey Kimberly, so I just found out that there's this guy who wants to ask me out. Problem is I don't like him back. What's a good way to decline him without seeming rude? Okay, this is something that you guys ask me all the time. And here's another one actually for question 4. This is from Afi. She says, what do I have to do when a person that has the same gender with me asks me for a date without hurting them? Hashtag ask Kimberly. I love you so much. Oh, so sweet. Oh my gosh, another one for question 4. This is from Sanya Sharma. How to politely turn down a guy who keeps asking you out. Share a good bond with them as a friend. Okay, so these questions are all related and obviously I chose them all because they're very similar. A lot of you guys ask me questions like this and it's usually about turning down someone who you don't have romantic feelings for. And hey, you know what? If you don't have romantic feelings for someone, it is perfectly okay to decline them as long as you are polite about it and you do so, you kind of tell them without the intention of hurting their feelings or making them feel bad. There are going to be lots of people in the world who we're not interested in or people who aren't interested in us. And I think as long as you address it the right way, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So the best way to actually address this person and politely decline them without making them feel bad is just to say, you know what? I think we have such a strong friendship and I'm not feeling those romantic feelings, but I think, you know, I just love you as a friend. I think you're amazing. And you know what? Even to soften the blow a little bit, you can even tell them, oh, I have a crush on someone else. That kind of makes them feel a little bit less bad about things. You can tell them who the name of your crush is. I feel like to have someone to blame it on, it makes them feel a little bit better about themselves because it's not like just like, oh, I just don't like you. Sorry, I don't feel that way. But it's like, oh, I've actually had a crush on this other person and I'm gonna take the time to pursue that. If the other person is the same gender as you, I don't think it really makes a difference in terms of how you address it. I think you still want to be polite either way and just let the person know that you don't have romantic feelings for them, that you maybe have a crush on someone else and you feel that you share a really special bond. There's really no better way to turn someone down than this. You're completely entitled to have your own opinion and to not like someone in a romantic way. If the person keeps asking you out after this, then they need to kind of take the hint and you can keep expressing yourself in the exact same way, but you really don't owe them any other kind of explanation. Hope that answers your question. And now moving on to question 5 already. Oh my gosh, you guys. These go by so fast. I freaking love these Q&As. You guys are the best. Okay, question 5. There's so many questions. There's so many good ones too. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just take you guys all and give you a big hug. Question 5 is from She says, hi Kimberly, this is my first time asking a question and I've been stalking your vids for a while. Oh my gosh, so cute. I just wanted to say I'm so glad that there is a YouTuber who is dedicated to this love stuff. Amazing, I'm so glad. Girls like me really need it. Oh my gosh, I honestly have to say that when I was your age, I totally would have wanted this too. That's why I do this. I feel like it's so important. How do you know if you love someone? I've been really curious. Hopefully you will answer this in your next Q&A. Oh, if you do, please make me anonymous. Okay, so we're gonna blur out the name for this one. We're gonna blur it out. Sorry about that. Did not see that at the beginning, but we will. We can blur it out. All right, my dear. All right, my dear. So in order to know if you love someone, there are a number of ways to know if you actually love someone. Now, love is a huge word, and it's a word that means different things at different phases of your life. Like, I've heard some girls say that they love Justin Bieber, and they've never really met Justin Bieber, but they're kind of infatuated with the idea of Justin Bieber, or like their favorite pop star or their favorite celebrity or whatever the case may be. And then I've also heard people who are married for a really long time be like, I love this person. There are lots of different ways that you can love someone. You can love someone as a friend. I love you guys, and so that's a form of love as well. You can love your brother or sister, but I think you're obviously probably referring to romantic love, like in a relationship. How do you know when that relationship has reached love? Number one, you know when you start to think about them all the time and you start getting like warm, fuzzy feelings when you think about them. So that might be a sign that you have a crush. But actually falling in love, usually that takes a full-on real relationship to kind of accomplish that feeling of love. The thing that I've heard from the most people is that when you start thinking of that other person's needs before your own, that kind of constitutes unconditional love. It's like you really, really care about that person and what happens to them in this world, and you care about their well-being, and you want the best for them. Like, you genuinely want the best for them. And so I think that is how you truly know if you love someone. But you're also gonna have a lot of the feelings of like infatuation. You're gonna have your heart racing, like you're gonna have physical signs that you're attracted to them and that you really like them. But you're also gonna have like some of those deep, romantic, fuzzy feelings of genuine, unconditional love and respect. And other than that, I mean, that's a great way to that's kind of a good way to describe it. But the only other way I can really explain it to you is that you're gonna feel that you're in love. You're gonna feel something deeper than you've ever felt before. And that's a really exciting feeling to have for the very first time. So I hope you're in love. I hope this is the case for you. But if not, I hope that's something that you get to experience and that all of you get to experience at some point in your lives. All right, you guys, let's move on to the next question. Question 6 is from Montana Girl 0709. She says, oh my god, this question's so good. You guys have the funniest questions sometimes. She says, hi Kimberly, please help me. So this boy in my class that I like sometimes asks me for answers to the tests. He asks you for answers to the test. Very bad, very, very bad. Of course I say no. Okay, good girl. Don't give anyone the answers. But should I tell him? I don't want to come up as dumb or like I'm not that into you, but I don't know what to do. Please help. Oh my god. I can't believe this question. What kind of person asks for answers on this? No cheating allowed. No cheating allowed in school. Very, very bad. Guys, if someone is asking you for answers to a test, especially if this is a potential romantic interest. This person probably doesn't like you, but they see you as somebody who's so nice that you're gonna wanna help. They probably think of you as very smart, very capable, but giving them answers to a test is really the worst idea in the world. Don't ever, ever do this, okay? The reason why is because A, you don't wanna help someone cheat. That's just crazy. B, you don't want them to think of you as someone who's just there as a helpful classmate to just kind of help them with the answers. You don't want them to use you. That is a gross thing. You don't want that other person to take advantage of you, okay? If you want to be someone's love interest, you have to be someone who they respect and someone who they are going to treat as an equal. So that means they're not going to be asking you for things that have overstepped the boundaries. And if they're willing to overstep boundaries like before you're even dating, just think about all the boundaries that they're going to try to push when you're in a relationship. I'm sorry, but this person is not relationship material. Don't go out with them. That's my final verdict. I'm sorry, but that's my final opinion on that one. Don't do it. Bad. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love this question so much too. Question 7 is from Sophia and from Alexandra. She says, can you talk about why guys feel the need to call you dude and bro during a very much romantic relationship? So confusing. And Alexandra says, what does it mean when a guy calls you man or his homie? Bro, dude, homie, and man are all very unromantic terms. So if a guy is using these terms in your relationship with him, whether it's just like a friend, a crush, or you're in a romantic relationship, there's a really strong chance that he actually is getting complete friendship vibes from you, okay? Even if it's a romantic relationship, he's like slipping into the friend zone with you, and it's happening subconsciously, like on a level that he doesn't even understand. You deserve to be something special in a relationship. You deserve to be kind of treated as something different than just a homie or a bro or a dude or a man. Seriously, guys. Guys today, what's up with them? Okay, this is another question. I'm gonna treat this like a bonus because it's super short. Christina Marie 217 says, how long have you been married? Oh, Christina, I've been married married for 5.5 years. Nathan and I have been together since 2007. So it means we've been together for 9 years, and we've had Cassie for almost 3 now. So I can't believe we've been in a relationship for so long. Like, it seems crazy that it's been going on for that long, because it actually feels like it's just flown by and our relationship has been so happy and so good. And I think that's what happens when you are with someone who you really, really love. So yeah, we've been together for a while now, but every day feels exciting and cool. Question number 8 is from We Love Ask Kimberly. Oh my gosh, this girl Kira, you guys should check her out. She has a fan page. She has all these fan pages online, and she's like an amazing fan. You guys should all go and follow her on the We Love Ask Kimberly fan page. And she says, I love you! So, my best friend is having a Boxing Day party and my crush will be there, but so will my kind of recent ex-boyfriend. Is it a bad idea to make a move on my crush when my ex-boyfriend is there? Okay, so when you have an ex, you do want to be sensitive to their feelings. I mean, a lot of this is contextual, so you want to be aware of like, how did that relationship end? Did they cheat on you? Were they a bad person to you? Because if that's the case, you might not want to consider their feelings at all. But if it ended amicably and you want to continue that friendship, you may want to be a bit more sensitive about their feelings and, you know, just not make them feel so awkward or bad if you're at the same party. That being said, you don't want to prevent yourself from romantic opportunities, especially if it's like a really fun, amazing party that you're at. And you definitely don't want to hinder yourself from a relationship that could happen. You also want to consider the length of time that has passed since you broke up with your ex. So if it's been a year, I'd say don't worry about it, you're probably good to go. But if it's been like a week, you might want to exercise some sensitivity and be like, okay, I don't really want to hurt his feelings, it's only been a week. I think the most sensitive thing to do would be to talk to my crush. If anything is going to happen at this party, we should probably take it somewhere else and let all the flirting happen in a location that is not so visible to my ex. I hope that answers the question. Gosh, dealing with exes is difficult and sometimes really awkward, but you guys can do it. I have faith in you, it's not too bad, and we all have to deal with it at some point in our lives. Question number 9! Okay, so question number 9 is from Blockyhead. She says, hi Kimberly, I broke up with my boyfriend, but now we are back together. The issue is that my family and friends, I feel like will be upset to hear the news. How do I tell them that I'm back with him, but also make sure they are still happy? Love you. Okay, guys, I've heard this question and seen these situations so many times. What do you do if you get back together with an ex, or you have a friend who's like with this guy or girl, and they're together forever, but they say all these bad things when they break up, and then they're back together and you're like, oh my god, why are you guys back together? I had no idea. And you've heard all this crap about their ex, or your friends have heard all this crap about your ex, and now how do you deal when you actually reignite the flame in that relationship? It is always awkward for friends and family when they have to kind of re-accept an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend back into their lives. So honestly guys, the best way to deal with that, if you're the one who's back together with your ex, the best way to handle it is to actually just be honest with your friends and family. Tell them why you broke up in the first place, but then tell them why you decided to get back together. If you decided that if you were able to work through your issues, if they apologized to you, if there was something monumental that happened that made it easier for you to kind of get back into the relationship, your friends and family will be a lot more accepting if they hear your rationale. If they think, oh, you're just back in that relationship now because it's like the most comfortable thing to do and you were too shy to really say something and like you shouldn't really be back in that relationship, they're gonna feel really awkward and they're probably not gonna be as accepting of that person back into your life, okay? So make sure that you explain your rationale and make sure that you are okay with the reasons why you've taken this person back. Because sometimes, you know, it is really common to get back together with an ex. More than 50% of us do it at some point in our lives, but a lot of the times getting back together with an ex doesn't always work out the way we want it to. Because sometimes we can't always resolve those problems in the past. So be careful, watch your heart, but hopefully this one works out for you. Question 10 is from Eliza Roval. She says, how to like myself without receiving any appreciation from guys? Is that even possible? Love you, mwah. Oh my gosh, of course it's possible. Oh my gosh. I think like it's so important to like ourselves before we get all that appreciation and attention from other people. Like building a foundation of like being cool with ourselves and comfortable in our own skin, like all of that doesn't come from the attention or the appreciation or the validation that we get from others. I think that has to come from within, and the only way that we can really do that is to get to know ourselves, to be like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself as if I'm like someone else that I'm getting to know for the first time. So what that means is like spending time with yourself. Sounds kind of weird, but I do it all the time. You can take walks, read books, engage in hobbies and activities that you like to do, think, talk to a therapist, write in a journal, get to know yourself, get to know who you are. I think appreciating yourself and all the qualities that make you special can be so validating. You know, there are times where you can be writing your journal and thinking about an obstacle that you overcame or like a situation where you were really awesome. And you look at that and you say to yourself, wow, I'm a really awesome person. I was able to overcome that, or I was able to like have courage in that situation, or I have this amazing talent. So the more you're able to spend time with with yourself and understand how amazing and special and unique you are, the more you're able to have that confidence and appreciate yourself. And honestly, it's nice to have appreciation from other people and to know that, you know, maybe someone likes you or someone's interested in you romantically, but I think that that's like totally secondary to having that relationship with yourself. Question 11 is from Nicole Marie. She says, ask Kimberly, what are the usual signs that a first date is going well? P.S. Your vids have been so helpful. Thank you, Nicole. That's so sweet. Okay, so for a first date, it could be a first date, but it could be also a first conversation that you're having with your crush. Signs that it's going extremely well are eye contact, smiling, a great flow of conversation. So on the first date, like, you know, sometimes there are awkward silences, like that's normal because everyone's nervous, but you know, you have rapport with someone where you're able to keep the conversation flow going really well. Another sign that a first date or conversation is going well is that you feel happy, that you feel comfortable, and that you enjoy talking to the person. Because don't forget, you are evaluating them too. It's not just about like, oh, it's going well because they like me. No. A date is going well because you like them and you enjoy being in their presence too. So don't ever forget that. You know, obviously if they ask you for a second date, like that's a nice sign as well. But I'd say, yeah, just like all the positive body language signs that we talk about in other videos, smiling, eye contact, leaning in, matching your body language, asking you questions, that's a good sign that they're interested in you and your life, and generally just like an overall positive vibe. If you feel like someone's really negative or like antagonistic or angsty, I think that that's not really a good sign of like a person who could be positive for your life. I think when you're dating someone, it generally should be a positive relationship in that it uplifts you and it makes you feel happier. It adds to your life instead of takes away from it. If you're not feeling that rapport and like that really positive vibe, the date probably isn't going that well. It's probably not a relationship worth pursuing. That's just my 2 cents. Finally, guys, we are at question 12, and I actually chose 2 more than usual today because usually I only choose 10, but I was like, I can't even choose. There's so many good ones, and like I feel so bad because there's so many questions that we didn't get to today. But guys, like definitely ask next time because we're gonna just keep doing this. Every 2 weeks, we're going to have a Q&A. Like we're never gonna stop doing it. So just keep asking, and eventually ask me on multiple forums too, because eventually I will get to your questions, I promise. Finally, guys, question number 12 is, how do you know if your boyfriend doesn't want to be with you anymore? This is such a good question. I saved it for last. A lot of times when we're in a relationship, like some people, to answer this question, some people will say, oh, you know that they don't want to be with you anymore because they're gonna break up with you, or they're gonna be like, I don't want to be with you anymore. But that doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes we're in a relationship and the other person has like emotionally checked out, they're disinterested, they're not even engaged in that relationship anymore. They're already kind of like psychologically pursuing other options and kind of like waiting for that relationship to fail. So how do you know if that's the case in your relationship? Well, the first thing is that you notice like a change in their behavior. So maybe it's like the amount of times that they're texting you, the amount of times that they're reaching out and initiating conversation. So maybe your relationship started and they were always like showing signs of interest by contacting you, and now all of a sudden that has stopped. Other signs is that they've stopped trying. So maybe they've stopped dressing up really nice when they're around you. They've stopped wearing cologne. They're kind of letting themselves go in that relationship. That could be a sign as well. Other blatant signs that they just don't care. So maybe something happens to you and you're in a tough situation and they don't take the time to call you or come and visit you. If something bad happens to you or a family member, if they don't take the time to like come and spend time with you and like comfort you, that's a pretty big warning sign that they don't want to be in that relationship. And if they're obviously expressing interest in like other potential love interests, I'd say that's a huge sign that they don't want to be in that relationship anymore. You know, it might be time for you to start figuring out what's wrong with the relationship so that you guys can either choose to like try it again or, you know, just peacefully move on from that relationship. Sometimes people do this because they don't want to be the one to break up with you. They want you to do it to them because they're just too chicken, okay? I think that's a really cowardly way to handle a relationship. If someone isn't invested, if someone isn't interested anymore, they should be mature enough to know that within themselves and actually have a mature adult conversation with you. But not everyone does that in this world, unfortunately. So if you feel that this is the case for your relationship, you can be the bigger person and address it head on and say something like, I do not feel like you're checked into this relationship anymore. What is going on? And that essentially forces them to own up to the feelings that they have and face them, whether they realize them or not. And then you guys can make an educated decision on whether this relationship is actually worth the two of you staying in anyways. I feel like I've just been talking. That's the point of these Q&As, I guess, right? I love you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed already to Ask Kimberly, make sure you're subscribed. There's so many amazing updates and so many huge announcements coming from my channel in the new year. Guys, like I can't even wait. Like you're not even gonna believe some of the stuff that's happening on this channel. So lots of surprises, lots of fun for you guys. So many exciting things things, and I'm so excited to just share it all with you because we are definitely a big family now, and you guys are definitely part of my little Ask Kimberly family. So yeah, I hope you all have an amazing holiday. Happy holidays. Hope you spend lots of time with your families, with your crush, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriends, whatever it is to you, all the people that make you happy. Love you all, and I will see you at the next Q&A. Bye! Mwah!